Once upon a time there was a boy named Nicky who wanted white mittens made from wool as white as snow. His grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But she loved Nicky, so instead she knit him a pair of white spotty camouflage mittens. After she finished knitting, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see that you are safe and sound, and then I will look to see if you still have your white spotty camouflage mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long before one of his mittens was left behind. Soon after the mitten dropped in the snow, Big Gruff the bear, who was in the forest walking around looking for some friends, discovered the mitten. He said,
"Oh look, a mitten."
So he decided to warm himself because it was a nice, cozy place to stay. It wasn't long before Woozy Wolf, who was hunting in the snow and ice to gather food for the winter, spotted the mitten on the ground. She approached the mitten and noticed that some other forest animals were inside. So she politely said,
"Can I come in?"
And Big Gruff the bear said,
"Oh, all right."
A few moments passed, and then Bluey Blue Jay, who was sitting quietly in a tree, looking down, trying to get a good view, I spied the mitten lying on the ground. He walked up to the mitten and he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
Next came Furry Fox, who was hunting in the forest for some fish. She saw the mitten lying on the ground, and she was curious, so she said, and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
Woolly the wolf, who had been running and hunting for prey under the night sky, noticed the mitten now wiggling in the snow. He was curious, so he made his way up to the mitten, and he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
all of a sudden, Hairy Bear, who was hopping around the forest, discovered that big white spotty camouflage mitten. He was about to jump right inside when he noticed some other animals, and he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
as soon as Hairy Bear disappeared into the now bulging white shape in the snow, Kai the Coyote, who was running fast all night, trying to catch some food, he saw the mitten, so he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
out of the clearing came warm, hungry Wolf, who was walking around looking for some food. He ran up to the mitten and he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
following closely behind was Cute Cardinal, who suddenly fell from a branch. She was shivering and trying to warm her feathers. Not wanting to be left out in the cold, the cardinal moved over to the mitten to get a closer look. She was tired and she needed some rest, so she said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
Just then, Great Horned Owl swooped down to catch some food with his talons. He happened to notice the now odd-shaped mitten lying in the snow. He politely said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
along came Black-Eyed Coyote, who had been howling at the moon all night. After howling one last time, he ran up to the mitten and he said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals, already feeling cramped, squeezed together to make room for Black-Eyed Coyote, and they said,
"All right."
next came Lily the Deer, who was strolling in the forest, hoping to find some of her forest friends. She saw the mitten lying in the snow and she wondered if some of her friends could be inside. So she said,
"Can I come in?"
and all the other animals said,
"Oh, all right."
A few moments later, Kit Kat Cat, who had been clawing a tree to climb up to the very top, found the mitten now extremely plump and lumpy. He was looking for some of his friends, and he thought that they just might be inside that mitten. So he said,
Can I come in?
and all the other animals said,
Oh, all right.
The mitten was now many times its size and looked as though it would burst at any moment. It swelled and stretched, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Next came Wolfie Strong Wolf, who was taking a break from howling with some of his other wolf friends. The mitten caught his eye, so he ran up to it, he peeked inside, and he said,
Can I come in?
and all the other animals said,
Oh, all right.
Well, out of the clearing came Puka Bunny, who thought that some snow was coming, and she was hoping to find some shelter. She saw the mitten wiggling in the snow. She said,
Can I come in?
and all the other animals said,
All right.
Blue Eyes Wolf bounded through the forest. He was winded and he wanted a place to sleep. He thought the mitten just the right spot, so he said, and all the other animals said,
All right.
After Blue Eyes Wolf settled himself inside the mitten, Black Sneaky Fisher Cat, who had been gnawing on some bones after a tasty meal, ran up to the mitten and he said,
Can I come in?
and all those other animals said,
All right.
The animals were now sleeping soundly inside the toasty mitten. Outside the mitten, the forest was silent except for the sound of snoring. Squeaky Mouse was scampering across the snow. She had been out looking for some shelter, and she was tired and hungry, and without a thought she wiggled right into that mitten. She crept carefully over all those sleeping animals, and she settled in for a nap. But her little mouse nose tickled one of the bear's noses, and when suddenly from inside the mitten came a loud the force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all different directions. As Nicky ran to catch his white spotty camouflage mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window, and because she loved him, first she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she looked to see that he still had his white spotty camouflage mittens. The end. Forest animals.
I know.
Okay. Sorry. Big Ruff the Bear was played by Graham. Woozy Wolf was played by Eleanor. Bluey Blue Jay was played by Nick. Fairy Fox was played by Elise. Wooly the Wolf was played by Lanton. Hairy Bear was played by Andrew. Warm Hungry Wolf was played by Spencer. Cute Cardinal was played by Julia. Hold on one moment here. Oh, okay. Kai the Coyote was played by Matthew. Great Horned Owl was played by Will. Black-Eyed Coyote was played by Henry. Lily the Deer was played by Eliza. Kit Kat Cat was played by Sumant. Wolfie Strong Wolf was played by Tom. Kooka Bunny was played by Avery. Blue Eyes Wolf was played by Ace. Black Sneaky Fisher Cat was played by Owen. And Squeaky Mouse was played by Phoebe. So, kiddos, we're going to do our songs first, and then you can do a battle, okay? So, first song we're going to do is Mitten.